been a great and productive week for our president and for our country, which means it's been a rather bitter week for ISIS, Iranian mullahs, the fake news media, Democrats, never-Trumpers, and of course, Barack Obama's legacy. It's time for final thoughts. Here are the week's highlights. Withdrawal from the deeply flawed Iran deal, the release of 3 U.S. citizens from a North Korean prison, the capture of 5 top ISIS officials, and the confirmation hearing of Gina Haspel, who, when confirmed, will become the first female director in CIA history. Wow, that's quite a run for our president, the man Democrats and mainstream media hacks warned would be a diplomatic disaster. But on the first point, the Iran deal was never as much of a deal as it was a list of concessions paving Iran's yellow brick road to a nuclear arsenal. But no longer will we hand them under-the-table ransom cash payments or billions in sanction relief, all to develop their nukes and their exported terrorism. But I don't know who was more upset by the withdrawal, the flag-burning, death to America chanting Iranians, or our very own American Democrats.
President Trump's dangerous action leaves America isolated in regard to Iran. It recklessly puts the catastrophic threat of a nuclear-armed Iran back on the table.
Now we let them off the hook with regard to their nuclear obligations. So I just don't think it's a wise move at this point.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Jeff Flake is a Republican. Well, if Senator Snowflake thinks it's in the national interest to give relief to state sponsors of terror, to me he's just as much of a Democrat as Nancy Pelosi or Elizabeth Warren. Oh, but he wasn't the only never-Trumper to show his true colors this week. Senator John McCain pushed the effort to torpedo Trump's pick for CIA Director Gina Haspel. So why tank perhaps the most qualified person ever nominated for the post? Well, she may or may not have been too mean to al-Qaeda terrorists. Good luck explaining that one to the American people, particularly the family members of those killed by terrorists. Now, I expect these shenanigans from the Democrats and mainstream media who spent much of the week covering the porn star, but I didn't expect it from noted Republicans. If they consistently repeat the same talking points as Crumbs, Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer, are they really capable of putting America first? Or is this just about their never-Trump bitterness? We'd like to know. But despite the negativity and sour grapes, this week our president did what he does best, keep his promises. He had promised to dismantle ISIS and deal with North Korea, and under his leadership, ISIS was driven out of their power bases in Syria and Iraq months ago, even before we captured 5 of their leaders. And now the president has secured the release of former prisoners of North Korea without sacrificing anything in return. That's what happens when our commander-in-chief leads from the front and a place of strength. Now, he may have had several victories this week, sure, but we, the American people, are the real winners. Those are my final thoughts from LA. God bless and take care.